Hi everybody. Hi everyone, it's Emily or Siri or whatever you know me as. I have a photo shoot coming up and I gotta get in drag for that. So I thought I would take you along on that ride. It's not gonna be a tutorial. I mean, I will say what I'm doing as I do it, but I mean, sometimes I'm really just trying to get some content back out there, trying to keep up with the channel. As y'all know, having a YouTube is hard. Creating content isn't always easy, and that's not, necessarily what I do. I'm not really a content creator, certainly not an editor. So this is gonna be a ASMR-esque. I'm just going to go through what I'm up to as I'm doing it. Okay, so first I need this palette. Okay. And I'm going to, okay, I want y'all to see what I'm doing. This is not my usual setup. I'm willing to suffer for the content, darling. So cool. That's where I want my eyebrows to start. That's where I want the arch to be. That's the slant that my brush has decided that they're having. So I'm gonna kind of repeat that. Little parallel lines. And slowly the shape starts to come together. As you can see. With the tail, I kind of like go over it. You'll see in the end, this is the only curved line there. Yeah. That's a curved line. Let's extend it a little bit. And then this, I'm gonna take down just a wee bit. And then do this. I don't know why in my head I've decided to call this a rabbit, but whenever I do it, I think of the word rabbit. I don't know why, but that's my reality. Now I'm gonna start the front of it, these individual hairs. I'm very careful to like keep the hairs kind of right under that parallel top line. And now we're gonna fill the whole mashugana in. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of this eyeshadow, because I mean, I know exactly what I'll do, which is move on to another brown eyeshadow that I have laying around. Cool. I'm cool with that as a general shape. And now I need to clean it up a bit. Can I use this? I don't think I can. It's covered in silver schmutz. I haven't cleaned my makeup brushes in, I'm, embarrassed to say how long, frankly. So everything right now is kind of covered in silver. And we're just gonna do our best to knock that silver off and not have too much of a disaster when it comes down to it. So I'm gonna take some pan stick on, definitely not the brush I usually use, but I'm gonna stiffen it up with the pan stick, TV white, and a trick that I learned from my mother, sister, daughter, Paige, is to, instead of, this is for drawing a line, instead of look at where you're drawing, look at where you want the end point to be. And your hand will just draw a straight line. Ding. Clean up the top. Dope. Blend that out just a wee bit. It's all gonna get. I also want to kind of maneuver the concealer to kind of like cup the bottom of my eyebrow. I don't know why I necessarily do that, but it's a technique that I learned looks good on me. So it's what I do. And I'm sticking with it. Now today, I'm gonna be doing, now I'm just gonna cut off the brows where they, you know, live. Encapsulate them in this concealer, and that way when I do my foundation over top, I don't necessarily have to put it all the way up to the brow itself. But I've still covered all the skin that I need to cover. Okay, there's that. Now we're gonna add in some little hairs. Sharpening the angle brush. This is the angle brush I've had since, honestly, androgenetics time. So shout out to those of you that have been with me for that long. Some of you really have been, and I am very grateful. Grateful for the fact that there's really anyone who cares about anything I do. They're little hairs just to, you know, just to let it tell its little story. Okay, we've done pretty much everything we need to do with that. I do want to add maybe just a dark shadow under, because I was feeling it. That's what I was feeling like doing, so that's what I did. And in this case, I went a little overboard with it, so let's correct that. Eyebrows. Now I'm going to move on to the eye socket. I'm going to do this cut crease situation that I've been doing recently. And I'm trying to concentrate on doing this and also talking to you. So it's gonna go well. I'm telling you it's gonna go well. But if it doesn't go well, so I'm gonna take, what do I wanna do necessarily? I'll just use the same schmutz. I'll use the same schmutz. Who gives a fuck? I'm going to start with my transitional color. I'm gonna go all the way around kind of my natural eye socket, maybe a smidge above it, and just kind of make that live right there. And it's becoming increasingly clear to me that there is silver schmutz from my last fucking gig all over this brush. That's just the reality of the situation. Now let's do the same thing. Now when I said crease, that's not what I meant. I just meant that there's like kind of a ridge that lives right there, like a natural ridge on my actual natural, well, I mean, I've had my face done, so I don't know how natural it is, but on my anatomy, the anatomy that I've got, sister, that just lives kind of right there. Cute. I think we've covered that pretty well. Now I'm going to place a darker brown over that. Now why I've decided that today was the day to do this dark shit, I don't fucking know, honestly. Like, now that I'm doing it, I wish that I was doing a light pink situation, but I don't have the time to question myself. I just don't have that time. Time is not a fucking privilege that I have today, so I'm gonna bring that down. We've got a little shape. Shape starting to happen. Nothing too out of the ordinary for a drag queen, really. It's pretty average, common. You've seen it quite a lot in the past. Yeah. Now I'm gonna cut the hell out of that. I'm gonna take some Shape Tape. This video has been sponsored by Shape Tape. It hasn't been. I'm gonna take some Shape Tape on this little guy that I used earlier, and perform some plastic surgery. I'm gonna try to make them as even as possible. And because I put so much dark schmutz on it, I wanna kind of cover a lot of that up. This concealer is pretty severe, y'all. Look at that. Have this like wide lid and not, there it is, not be too affected. By all that brown that I just slammed on there without thinking about it. Bring that down. And you've got a lid of sorts, if I may be so bold. Clean it up. Boom. Shablam. I'm pretty happy with that. Now what I want to do is under, okay, I think what I'm going to do is make a little gradient. This is an experiment. We're experimenting Do we have the time to experiment? No. Is that what we're gonna do anyway? It surely is. It surely is. I'm gonna take some of this Paradise Paint White, which is a powder that's so severe. It's like when you pack it on, I mean, you can tell she's already making a little bit of a difference. You can really pack her on. And I want to make it completely white. Front part of my lid. I could just kind of keep it like that, really. But we're not going to do that. I want the front of the lid to be white. And I'm going to put pink in the rest of it. Maybe let's make the most of it white. Again, to like open it up, because I put so much dark stuff in the outfits that I'm wearing are a little brighter. In my mind, I'm like, I need to do neutrals because, you know, the outfits that I'm wearing are different colors. The hair that I'm wearing is different colors, so I'm like, oh, let me do a neutral. You know, the best laid plans. Cool. I've established that that is happening. Now I want to try to find a brush in the many brushes that I have, all of which have some other plans on them. And find a light pink somewhere. I'm sure I've got one laying around with just, I've got just the thing. Just the thing. I haven't used this in a really long time. I've had this is one of the first, wow. Full circle. Anyway. Yeah. Consider the following. Obviously, it's like hella muddy because the brush that I'm using is muddy. But that's the notion. I think maybe what I'll do to pinken that up. Coco, you're gonna need a little more pink in that eye. What's on that? Blue? Blue? Not too much blue. So who cares? I'm gonna find a little pink in here. Find a light pink in here, like her maybe. There we go. That's gonna do what we want it to do. All the outfits that I'm wearing could hypothetically have this pink resting up in the top of the eye, hypothetically. So, yeah. I'm happy with that. That's maybe the reality. Maybe let's add a lighter peachy tone just to give it a good old transition shade, like a good transgender. We want to have a transition shade. Ew. Okay. I don't know what I was so worried about. In fact, I might just add that into there. Okay. All right. Sure. Why the frick not? Now, in an ideal universe, I have a blending brush. As you can tell, I'm literally just blending shit out of my arm on the paper towel that I have laid down here. In my ideal universe, I have a blending brush. I don't live in an ideal universe, bitch. I live in the real world. Welcome to my life. So I'm just kind of gonna do the best I can with what I got, like Mariah Carey. Okay. I'm a relative amount of peace with that. It's not perfect, but what is really when it comes down to it? Okay. Well, I think we've all learned a lot. I'm actually gonna add some brown back into this, just where it deserves to be, where it wants to be. Now I'm gonna take this little guy right here. Do I have a brown in there that I want to use? I don't. I'm just gonna line that eye one more time with this brown, just to make that line look intentional. I just want everybody to know that this is what I was meant to do. This is what was supposed to happen. I made a little whoopsie daisy. And I'm making it worse by trying to fix it. These are the advents of happy accidents, my darling. So let's just make it even on that side, god damn it. As even as we can. Do you think anyone will know? No one's gonna know. Fudge muffins. Okay. Okay. Alright, we don't have the time to get too detailed on that one. Let's just keep going. Do the brown up here. Allow her to express herself. One thing I don't have as an artist is super clean lines, as you can tell. I wish I did, but I didn't. But I don't, so we're just gonna work it, bitch. That's fascinating. What fascinating thing just happened just now. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Let's see what that looks like in real life. A little messy, but I think it's about time to move on. Maybe let's marry those two so they can have a relationship. Marry those two. Universe is over here. Blend out into a little situation. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll take it. Now what I'm gonna wanna do is start on my eyeliner. Now because I made everything hecka dark, as I keep complaining about, I want to have kind of a lighter eyeliner. So let's try to see if we can facilitate that. Let's just see what we can do. And before we do that, I kind of want to make a little adjustment here. Okay. Cool. I think that was worth it. Okay. Here we go. Eyeliner. What I try to do is make a line that goes all the way across. Of course, this is a technique I learned on YouTube 100 years ago. Got a line that goes all the way across. Now I'm gonna make the line that I want to make going up. I'm gonna try to give it a relationship to that line and a relationship to my eyebrow. And now I'm just gonna point it at the middle of my fucking eye. Period. Let's let her dry before we go any further. What you don't want to do is mess up a good line. That's what you don't want to do. Miss Mama, Miss Girly, Miss Darling. So, how was your week? My week was complicated. Now, I have a hooded eye, so when I blink, it does that, which I don't like, but I'm not gonna be sitting like, I'm gonna be like, it's a different vibe. Different vibe. Huh. What's going on here? That neither looks nor feels even. I'm happy with this. This is my reality. I'm so gorgeous and pretty, and pretty much no one can take me, so it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Okay. Let's move on. I need to wet my brushes, so do that now. At the end of the day, I do think I could use a thicker liner to make the look make more sense. But what I'm going for in this look is pretty, not necessarily like severe. So I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. I'm running out of this kimchi schmutz, which I love. I love it. So thank you, kimchi. Got this for free for doing some shit. Me and my darling daughter, Aurora, Thirsty Alley, got this kimchi stuff for doing some stuff for the kimchi Instagram that they obviously never posted because we were hot and messy. I'm gonna, you see how I'm like cutting this nonsense over there with the foundation. Got some nonsense over here with the foundation. Honestly, I haven't done like normal drag makeup in kind of a long time when I think about it. I've been doing like, it was my goal to do more like weird funky looks, and I achieved that. I would like to think that I did for a time. But I'm just trying to be pretty right now for today. Now you just want to pat everywhere except for the fucking nose, where you want to really smear the schmutz. Sounds homophobic a little bit, but it's not. I promise you. Me, homophobic? Impossible. Okay. I'm satisfied with this coverage. For the most part. Okay. Really just want to get all up in there. Now, let's experience a world in which we have blush on. It's one of my favorites color blushes, which is this like coral stuff. Love coral. Done. The best drag queen joke ever. I really just love blush, and I think more drag queens should use more of it. I have a tiny little face, and wigs tend to shadow a lot of my face, so I kind of use a lot of blush in order to A, bring the warmth back into my pallid regions, and B, have it show up at all. I know that looks like a lot, but I promise you, we will blend. There will be blending. There will be blending. I'm gonna do the forehead first. Telling most of this is just gonna be fucking manipulated by a wig, so I'm gonna get a wee bit of concealer in the mix. I don't even know what order to do things in anymore. So that's my trauma. Squish the sponge and maneuver the concealer. Witness the expert maneuvering. She's maneuvered. I'm getting a lot of blush on this, which is not the fantasy. I'm sure it's somebody's fantasy. But you know whose fantasy it's not? Mine. I'm just gonna bring my cheek back in to play. Allow her to have her moment. Just keep manipulating it until you're happy with the results. Which can sometimes take millennia, let's be honest. Okay. I'm happy with that as my reality. At least I think I am. Contour. One must contour. As so it is written, so it shall be done. As it is written, so it shall be done. I wonder where RuPaul gets that. I'm just gonna kind of place that in the pocket. This little pocket right here. Yeah. Just gonna locate it in that little pocket. Because anywhere else, it'll just bring me down, Mom. I'm telling you, it'll just take it to a place you didn't want it to go. I promise you that. I swear on my life. I'm studiously avoiding contouring my nose because I know it has to be done, so let's just do it now. Let's just do it now. Get it over with. Oh. If I could put a name to one thing I'm not necessarily the most happy with on my face, that thing would be nose. My nose, I mean, she's a nice lady. But she's got a lot of feelings. And therefore, so do I. It's on my face, really. So it should be my feelings that matter. But it's what it is. Cool. That's that. Now we need to set that with God knows what. God fucking knows what. I'm gonna try this. I haven't done it before, which is a terrible excuse, but usually I set it with that super white stuff. And that just hasn't been what I want to do in recent decades. So we're switching it up for the benefit of the coven. Right? Okay. That's a little heavy-handed, given the context. adjustments, I promise you, to the... It's hard because it's like right there, you know? It's your nose. It's like it's the thing that's just right there on your schnoz. You kind of can't avoid it. But, you can do the best you can with Facetune and everything else. I'm trying to blend out the sides. What's that look like straight on? It's kind of hard to tell. I say it's fine. And I'm going to move on because we can't afford to live our lives, you know, in fear. And in fact, just to really boost morale around here, I'll give it a good, just for the troops, really. Okay. What is that? I realize that this has become less pictorial and more of like complete nonsense. And that's drag. That is drag. So, get used to it, sweetie. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm done with that. I'm gonna say there's just nothing further that we can do. If you want to come over and contour my nose for me, you know what? Be my guest. Be my freaking guest. Okay. Have I done my nose-based due diligence? I sure hope so. It is approaching that time where we move on. It's approaching that time. I mean, it's been that time, really. But we're moving ever studiously towards it. There also comes a time in a drag queen's fantasy in which she starts feeling a fantasy. This is about that time for me. I have been so stressed out with drag recently. The entire concept of it has frustrated me. I've been working on, you know, whatever, my acting career and other such endeavors. And there's just no end to that. That's just my truth. Okay. Doing this backwards. What I should be doing is taking this white and slamming it there. I want this to be, you know, highlighted, as they say in the industry. But who cares? It's only a photograph. It won't last forever. You know, we think of these things, we get all stressed out about, like, you know, taking these photos of ourselves and doing all this shit, and really, we think it's gonna last forever, but it fucking won't. It just won't. Everything you and I do, everything you and I are doing, will be dust. Shortly, really, in the grand scheme of things. I'm not saying like World War II or anything. Obviously, World War III, you know, that could happen. That's a possibility. But I'm not even referring to that. It's just time. Name me one movie star from the 1820s. You can't. Ugh. Oh, why am I doing that? That's not even what I want to be doing. What I want to be doing is this. Now I'm going to reassess the eyebrow situation. Because it's kind of been powdered over a little bit. So we're just gonna bring some more of that energy. Some more of that eyebrow energy. Just so people aren't confused and they think that maybe I don't have eyebrows. Because I do, as you can see. As you can see. Is this content fun? Is this good? More of this? Less of this? You let me know. I am a servant of the people, if nothing else. This is my application to run for federal office, actually. I'll be going up against Adam Schiff. Siri versus Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, fuck that bitch. Can we all just say that on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Fuck that bitch. I hate her. No. Nothing even close to it one would call common sense or decency. The absolute nerve to call yourself America first and then seemingly have an issue with every American that's ever been a person. It's just fucking boggles the mind, really. But who am I to judge? I've just spent 20 minutes putting on makeup. 20 minutes? 50 minutes putting on makeup. So, my capacity for judgment is diminished, as one might say. But at least I'm not out here in the halls of Congress trying to take people's rights away, right? You know? You can say that about, you can say anything you want about me, but I'm not up there doing that. Okay, now that we have moved past the political portion of, you know, of the show, let's get back into the makeup. Yeah. I'm so close to being done, really. What I'm gonna do is, how do I want to do this last bit? Now this is where it all goes so terribly wrong. I'm gonna add some shadow down here. Like that. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of drama on top of it. Closer to the lash line if I can. I got it in my eye, which is good luck. Drag. Oh, I thought that was a mistake. It's not. In drag queen land. And then, out of sheer audacity and nerve, I'm gonna add a little white line there. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? Probably not. Yeah. See how that goes? Ooh. Yeah. That's hypothetical. Yeah. I like it. Okay. It needs more, doesn't it? Okay. We've done that. I'm going to try to make. This needs more. Okay. We'll put a pin in that. And now I need my eyeliner, of which I have so many. Of which I have too many. I want the right one. Like 6 Milanis. I'm just gonna use this. Pray for me. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Right. Right. Choices. No, but it's cool. It's all gonna make sense in the end. I promise you that. Like in the very, very end. I've done the easy one. I got this. Surf. And now someone in my apartment complex is making what smells like really delicious food. I'm just so down. If that's you, bring it over because my pussy is ready. That was a lot. Been through a lot today. You and I. Us together. This whole community. blend that out. So it's not so, and it's a little more, okay. You know what I mean? So it's not so, oh my goodness. And it's a little more, yeah, that makes sense. See my line of reasoning there? It's all coming together. It all comes together in the end. Doubt not the skills of a diva. Maybe let's add a quick like sometimes this shit is the most pigmented shit. Sometimes it's like, you know what? There we go. That was the tea I needed. It was kind of a lot, but moving towards accuracy. In my mind. Okay, we've got different universes there. I'm ready to let that dry and move on to perfecting the rest of the mug. Let's get some blush in here. I'm just gonna knock off whatever is on here. Just gonna knock that onto here. Gorge. That's a thick ass line, Emily Westheimer's. I don't like where that's going. This is what I get for trying new things. Not every risk you take is gonna pay off. Just know that. But really, it's not that deep. It's just not that deep. And I'm gonna look in the mirror. I love it. But we're not done yet. Let's not say that we shit the bed until we shit the bed. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Let's highlight. I feel so high lit currently. And I need some makeup wipes. This was so pretty until I did that. Maybe I can adjust that. Back I think I will. Let's be careful now. Because we want to get it all off. But we don't want to get more off than we have to. This part is not the fun part, I'll say that. Okay. We've gotten most of that fixed. Let's reapply some foundation. Just a wee bit. Fill in the gap. Where mistakes once lay. I think honestly, it'd be cute to just have that whole thing covered. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna leave it blank. Because clearly we're not responsible enough for all that high-tech shit we were moving towards. Okay. Let's fill in those gaps, warm that back up a little bit, and boom. As if it never happened. Because it didn't. It just didn't happen. You didn't see anything. Wee bit of chapstick. Yeah. Instead of all of that, because that was clearly not the moment, I'm just gonna add some highlighter down there. And apologize to everyone affected, which was me. I was close to a breakdown. You saw the breakdown pending. Luckily, didn't have to go down like that. Okay. I'm gonna use my good coral. Is that my good coral? It's not. Coral and pink. Let's give some of that. Sugar up. Then give her a little heat bath. And let's draw. I was so close to perfection. Almost done, folks. So close. So close. Blend all that out or in, depending on how you look at it. Fill it in with some pink. And then fill the pink in with some coral. That's a big ass lip. If we're all being honest with ourselves. It's a big ass lip. Let's see if we can adjust the size utilizing techniques we learned earlier, such as doing it right the first time. Still a little wild on that side of the tornado. That's better. Let's see if it matters from across the room. So for the second time today, we're gonna be readjusting our work. Done. Cute. Da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Let's heat up the old stick. Okay. That's a little more accurate to the actual line of my lips. Which I think always looks a little bit better to, like, I mean, not always, but if you're going for realism, to try to be a little more real. I don't know, usually I do that little smiley thing, but I guess today that's not what we're doing. It's not the universe we live in today. It's okay. It's okay to adjust expectations. There we go. Beautiful. I want there to be a gloss that I can put on top of this, but I fear I have such doubts. Huh. Not too bad. Cool. Happy with that. Let's do some mild adjustment to the eyeball. Just some wee done to that. What am I missing? Rhinestones, I guess. Let's get stoned. Oh, the stand-up comedy of it all. Come on, season 6. Let's get rhinestone. Yeah. I think that's all I want for today. 4 little stones, and I have to go down to my floor and get them. I accidentally threw a bunch of rhinestones down here. So, oops. Let's get yellow, AB, clear, nice. Love that. I love that. I'm sorry into it. I'm sorry into it. It's sorry glam, you know what I mean? It's hella glam. I do at some point need to invest in a new highlighter. Today's not that day. Lashes, and then it's a fucking wrap. These are new lashes that I just made earlier. Excuse me. So we'll see how they fare in terms of what our goals are for today. We'll see what's the real tea. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get an idea of what the real tea is. cute. This is where I want to sign off. Thank you for bearing with me on this wild adventure. I will post, you know, pictures and videos of all the things. And, yeah.